This is Vegeta8259 once again, and today I'm going to be doing a review of the 1:100 scale Gundam Nataku, and this is obviously the Lucky Draw chrome gold-plated version. Now, I'm actually not 100% sure that this is a Lucky Draw. I believe it is. I'd seen this kit once before I bought it, and it was just a picture of the kit and a guy's model kit gallery, a gallery of his collection on the internet. Didn't really explain the origins of the kit or why it was made or how it was made, but just showed pictures of it. So I knew this kit existed before I found it on eBay and bought it. So all I can really do now is guess. And because the box is solid white with no box art, it leads me to believe that this was a Lucky Draw kit, which is, in Japan, Lucky Draw is like a little contest that they'll have where you'll enter and you'll win a special model kit or action figure, usually clear or chrome plated or gold plated or something like that. Anyway, for colors, obviously the whole thing's gold, except for the polycaps, as you can see on the elbow joints, are still the normal gray. And probably two faults with this kit, which really aren't the fault of the kit itself, because it was never meant to be gold plated. One is, obviously, when you cut the parts off of the trees, you're going to have little marks left over where the gold plating gets cut off. So that's one problem. The other is that here's just an extra runner that is gold on one side and silver on the other. So Bandai only gold plated one side and left the other side silver, which for most of the model kit isn't that big of a problem. The only place where that actually is a problem is on these little fins on the sides of the dragon fangs. As the top side is gold, but the bottom side was still silver. So what I did was just take my clear yellow Tamiya paint and just go over the silver with the clear yellow, and it works. It's not the same exact shade of gold, but it'll work in a pinch. And I believe that's the only place where that was an issue. The hands, the inside of the hands, I'd use the clear yellow on top of the silver, but really that's not as big of a deal on the hands, just on these little fins here. And then I did a little bit more painting, like for the eyes and the little forehead cameras and camera on the back of the head there. So, for articulation, he's got a ball joint head, can go forward and back a little bit, not very much because he's got these little spiky things on his chin. Side to side just a little bit. And, no, well, if you're very, very careful with it, it will go 360, but I'm actually afraid I probably shouldn't have done that, because you can probably, well, it'll probably be okay with the normal one, but on this gold-plated version, you might not want to rotate it 360 like that, because you may scratch off some of the gold plating on the chin and the shoulders. Anyway, the arms are on a peg. They rotate 360, and when you move the dragon fang out of the way, they can go out a good 180 degrees, with the shoulder armor separate from the shoulder joint. It's got the same elbows that all 1/100 scale Gundam wing kits have. It's double jointed and it bends about that far. And there is rotation at the elbow, if I can get it straightened out, which could rotate 360 degrees, but the dragon fang kind of gets in the way. Unless you have it extended, then it can probably go 360. The wrists are on a ball joint, so they can rotate and wiggle. And the fingers open up, with the other three separate from the index finger. The thumb does not move, unlike a master grade. I guess I'll go ahead and do the Dragon Fang. It folds out, and this part just kind of swings down and covers up the hand so that you can reach out, and each one of these little segments right here is individually jointed, so they can curve upwards and curve backwards, whichever way you need them to go. And, hit the camera. And then at the very end of it, you got the actual Dragon Fang, and it's got two pincers on the end which can open up and come out like so. And then I've actually got a double joint here, so you can wrap them around other mobile suits for the Dragon Fang attack. And it folds up pretty much just as easily as it folded out. The torso has a rotation at the waist, although it won't go 360 just because of the shape of the little stomach piece here. The front skirts are on ball joints. They can come up actually all the way. You can see they're silver on the underside. That skirt armor came out. Anyway, the side skirts are on a peg, so they can go up and down and rotate back and forth a little bit. Not much movement there. The back skirts don't move, they're fixed into place. The thighs, the hip joints actually, are on ball joints. That skirt armor keeps wanting to come out. The knees are double jointed, but they only bend about 90 degrees, which I found really disappointing. Although, there's a little trick that I discovered on my Shenlong Gundam, since the Shenlong and Nataku share the same legs. I'm just going to take this off. It's a little bit stiffer because it's got this gold plating on it. If you just, this is how the knee joint is normally. If you reverse it, I find that you get better knee articulation, and it can move quite a bit more than it does if you assemble it the way the instructions tell you to. So I like to switch the knee joints around, and it looks a little bit different on the back, but doesn't look really better or worse than the original. Anyway, the feet are on ball joints, so they can go up and down. They can go side to side a little bit, rotate just a little bit as well, and the front half of the foot is on a peg, and it can go up and down like so. So that's about it for Nataku himself. He only comes with one accessory, unless you count the Dragon Fangs, which is his beam trident. Again, I forgot to mention, this is one of those pieces that is gold on one side and silver on the other, so again I had to come back with the clear yellow paint and paint over the silver to kind of halfway make it look like the gold plating. And one thing I wish that Bandai had done with this kit is left the clear green parts green. These clear green beams for the beam trident, and actually his eyes as well, were gold plated, and I wish they had just left them clear green. So what I did is, obviously I just went back and painted over them with fluorescent green paint. So I think it looks a little bit better that way. But you may want to leave them gold on your gold Nataku, although they will be gold on one side and silver on the other, so be aware of that. Let's see what else. He also comes with an unpainted figure of Wu Fei, which is not gold plated, one of the few unplated parts. And he comes with the normal set of stickers for Nataku, although I can't imagine why you would even want to put them on there. So that's about it, and last we will do a comparison with the original Nataku. This is the normal Nataku unpainted, just with his stickers applied, just so you can have a nice comparison between the normal version and the gold plated Lucky Draw version. So I guess that about does it for this review, and I will see you guys next time.